Hello, everyone. My name is Martin Joseph Loa. I'm the Managing Director of the Africa Student Support Network. I welcome you today as we celebrate 3 years of transforming potential, and I want to thank you very much for honoring our invitation. So our journey started in 2017 at Mengo Senior School, a leading the school in Kampala, Uganda, with over 4,000 students from different walks of life. And the main reason as to why we started this organization was because we wanted to support our Biden classmates who are finding challenges with raising their own school tuition. So some of these students were parents of their own. That is, they had to look for their own school tuition. For example, some of them used to wake up as early as 4 a.m. to go to construction sites uh, to do some work in order to raise some of the school tuition, and this gave them a disadvantage over students whose parents were able to afford the full school tuition and didn't have to go through hassle to be able to stay in school to study. And given the rigor of the Ugandan curriculum, some of these students were not able to reach their academic potential because of the divided attention between work and school. And together with a group of 6 other colleagues of mine, my co-founders, we established the Mango Student Support Network, which started as a one-off donation platform that encouraged teachers, students, and parents to donate money towards a student support fund that would subsidize the school tuition for some of these students. And the way we were able to raise our initial funds was through classroom-based donations, as you can see on the screen, and also through Kawash events, during which teachers and parents used to bring cousins, and some students who are members of the network could watch them at a fee, and then all the funds were used to support a one-time educational bursary to the students, and also some money we used this to create an emergency funds to cater for the domestic needs of students whose parents got sudden job losses or sudden loss of a parent, and then the student had to, so the family could not pay house rent, they couldn't buy food, so that emergency fund was able to cater for that need. So the Mango Student Support Network stayed in school and it still exists in school. But during our year in 2017, it operated for only 6 months. And within 6 months, we are able to raise $3,000 in funds to support the causes we have talked about, the education bursary as well as the emergency support fund. And also, we also actively engaged a population of about 10,000 students and teachers in giving back to the community. Our work was recognized by The Observer, a leading newspaper, as a promising support fund. And based on these achievements, and most importantly, our strategy of fundraising, as well as the need in other schools around Uganda, we decided to form the Africa Student Support Network. So the Africa Student Support Network was meant to be a point of inclusion for everyone, the student, the parent, the government, to be able to create the future that we wanted to see for our country, for our continent. And also, Uganda is one of the youngest countries in the world. It's actually the youngest country in the world. And therefore, we thought it wise to have a network that could connect members of our community to be able to think together to solve problems. And during the process of problem solving, we thought that it would also be important to teach these people how to think. And we're able to do that through our leadership development, where we enable everyone to learn how to think on their own, to bring out the uniqueness in them through our leadership development programs. And through our leadership development programs, we always encourage compassion, and we encourage people to always give back to the communities. And we also recognize that there are few opportunities for people to give back. And therefore, we thought of introducing entrepreneurship in order to create opportunities that could definitely refine an education experience for everyone. And these aspects form our philosophical bedrock as the Africa Student Support Network. Our programs as the Africa Student Support Network are built on the philosophical bedrock. And the first program we have in our network is Afri Leadership, which provides mentorship services and soft skill development to our members. So throughout their interaction with us, we are committed to nurturing the leader we see in them. We help them to bring out that unique leadership aspect in them. Another program we have is Afro Opportunity, which provides students with services like external scholarships, conferences, AC, and CV reviews. And the main purpose of this program is to ensure that our students, our members, and everyone who uses our service is competitive enough on the job market. We also have the AFRISSUN scholarship program, which covers school tuition as well as scholastic materials for all scholars. And so our scholars mainly are underprivileged children whose parents have lost jobs, sudden death of parents, and also other circumstances that qualify according to our criteria. But our admission process, our enrollment process in this program is holistic, and therefore we look at each case that is presented to us on an individual level, and in that way we are able to bring the most deserving people into this program to give them the opportunity to become the young leaders they're meant to become. Another program is our Love Outreach program, and in this program we create opportunities for individuals in our network to give back to their communities. And giving back in these communities can mean cloth drive, doing community service, and we do this to nurture students from a very young age to realize the importance of giving back to the community. Because we believe as the Africa Student Support Network that unity and joint force is one of the key requirements for change in our communities. We need to act together. And also, during the COVID-19 pandemic, we are able to launch another new program, which is Inspiration Podium. And the purpose of this program was mainly to keep our members united during this crisis. And therefore, we created a virtual event that happens once every month, where we bring a speaker to share their experience. And our first Inspiration Podium was held on the 13th of June 2020. And our guest speaker was Cedric, Mr. Cedric Wakisa, is student at the African Leadership Academy, and he led us through a journey of understanding, reflecting on our education experiences. Other responses we have done as a network to ensure that our members and all people who support our cause and also our communities are safe during this pandemic. We added a track feature on the website, which is linked to the Johns Hopkins University track feature. And therefore, this allows people to stay connected, to stay updated about how the world is responding to this pandemic. And also, we posted awareness messages on all our social media platforms to ensure that people know how to take care of themselves during this pandemic. So things include some of our posts were around maintaining physical distancing, mental wellness, because these are very important things when it comes to staying safe during this crisis. So this is one of the schools we serve in the different parts of Uganda. So in Uganda, we're mainly located in Kampala district, Luwolo district, and Wende district. So this is one of the schools, Field of Hope, in Lokenko village in Luwolo district, where we have some of our AFRI scholars. And facts about this school is that it's the only nursery and primary school in the village with a population of about 800 people. The school has a total capacity of 70 students. And 95 of the people living in this village earn less than $1 a day. And their major source of income is agriculture. So this makes it very challenging for the students as well as the parents to realize the education goals. We had a survey earlier in 2018, and we were able to see the dreams many people had of becoming professionals one day, of becoming agents of change. But we believe that these dreams will not be realized if we don't provide an education that could be able to break such cycles of poverty. And that is why, as the Africa Student Support Network, we dedicated 20 scholarships to this community to support these young souls that really wanted to see a brighter future for themselves and for their communities. We also started an agriculture support service to increase the income levels of the families. And our agriculture support services was reinforced by our students who are doing agriculture at the various universities, Gulu University and Makerere University, and they're able to provide free agricultural support to these farmers. But at the same time, our students were also getting an internship experience, where they're able to apply the things that they learned in school. And also, we in this particular village, we also created a continuous supply of basic needs like clothes, where we always give back twice a year to this community in terms of clothes. And this is mainly to ensure that this community spends less on clothing and they invest more in agriculture, so that they can be able to transform their livelihoods. And this has really been made possible by our wide reach and generous community of supporters and members like you, who have always responded to the call whenever we send a message. And want to thank you for that. As a network, over the last 3 years, and these records are just from the last 2 years, we have been able to spend $6,000 on scholarships for over 100 students. And also 95% of these funds have been raised by students themselves. And therefore, this shows us the potential that lies in our students. If we create systems that can enable students to give back, definitely we can see students rising up to support causes. So we are supporting young change activists by giving them a platform to act while they're still young. And also, we have been able to raise $10,000 through local and international donations. And all this money has mainly been used to run our programs. And I really want to take this opportunity as well to thank the volunteers, the people who made it possible for this program to run on zero cost. And many of our members have been meeting their own personal fees, including transportation. And the only thing we have to do is just to buy program materials and maybe give and just like the general program fee. So all this money has, since the start, has mainly been used in running the programs. And we want to thank once again, want to thank our volunteers who have really made it possible for us to reach this day without them receiving any single pay. We want to thank you for that. And also, the network of the Africa Student Support Network has grown tremendously in the last 3 years. We have 500 members registered in our network, including students, teachers, and professionals. This is really amazing to see how a group of 7 students in Mengo Senior School in a small classroom have been able to grow a network, have been able to influence other people to join the cause. And I want to thank every member of the Africa Student Support Network for being part of this wonderful cause of empowering potential to transform Africa. And also, 10 institutions have accepted our members and have been able to allow our members to run small fundraisers for this cause. Want to thank you as well. Mengo Senior School, Gulu University in Uganda, we want to thank you very much. University in Japan, want to thank you very much. And Netherlands, want to really thank you very much for allowing our students, our members, to run fundraisers for this particular cause. We have 8 countries from which our members and volunteers are currently based. That is Uganda, Kenya, India, the Netherlands, the United States of America, South Africa, and China. And this rich pool of volunteers have made it possible for us to receive professional services at absolutely no cost. We also applaud you on behalf of the board of directors and founders of the Africa Student Support Network for allowing this to happen. We really thank you very much. Partners and donation and voluntary recruitment services have also grown tremendously in the last 3 years, where we have managed to get into wonderful donation programs like Benevity, as well as Giving Way. And we have also been able to receive free software from Microsoft through TechSoup. We really want to applaud you for that. Thank you for allowing us to be able to receive one excellent software to organize our work as an organization. And we believe this software has also really enabled us to give you this wonderful online experience. You Host Africa, as a partner, has already sponsored our web hosting as well as domain name fees. And definitely this has been a tremendous plus on our end, because we have been able to reach many people through our online presence. Mango Senior School and Caldera Safaris they have been more of the main source of our physical on-site volunteers. So I want to really thank you for that as well. Thank you for making it possible. And this year, as Africa Student Support Network, our main goal is to make our organization more sustainable through creating more revenue streams and increasing on the number of individual and corporate partnerships. So this is mainly to ensure that our network shifts from being more donation-based to be an organization that is self-sustained. And through our self-sustainability strategy, we look into creating job opportunities, creating internship experiences for the youth in Uganda and later on in Africa. And our budget this year is $14,050, and we believe that this budget will allow us to achieve this goal. And lastly, I really want to thank you all for taking time to join our online presentation, our online celebration of the Africa Student Support Network at 3 years. I would like to invite you to join our work as a volunteer, a mentor, an employee, a donor, a partner, a member, or a guest speaker at one of our events. We believe that our continued efforts, our combined efforts, will allow us as the young generation of African leaders to be able to mobilize resources, to harness our resources, to construct the future Africa we want to see, the ideal Africa we want to see, a peaceful, a prosperous continent we want to see. And this should be a wake-up call to everyone out there, our young leaders. It takes time to believe in yourself, but I do believe that the Africa Student Support Network and other youth organizations out there are giving you an opportunity to show your uniqueness to the world, to lay a stone to the foundation of this world. And therefore, thank you very much for taking off this time to stream live with us at the Africa Student Support Network, and we're very glad. And we want to say thank you again for joining us, and to the AFRISSUN team, to the AFRISSUN members, to the AFRISSUN well-wishers. I want to say congrats for reaching 3 years of changing lives on the African continent. Always remember Nelson Mandela's quote that even though the vision we have is so big, it always seems impossible until it's done. Thank you very much, and thank you for joining us on our big day, and have a blessed afternoon.